The realization of what he truly was struck Leo like a physical blow. He stood, polished shoe pressed against another boy's back, pinning him to the grimy floor. The private lounge was dim, the air thick with cigarette smoke and the eager jeers of his so-called friends. Always knew this guy was trouble. Now he's in your hands, Leo. Gotta make him pay his dues. Just liquor is boring. Check out what I scored. A little pinch of this and he'll be putty. Won't even remember his own name. On the floor, Caleb struggled, the cords of muscle in his arms straining against the rough rope that bound his wrists behind his back. His eyes, a stormy gray, locked onto Leo's face with a raw, unadulterated hatred that sent an involuntary chill down Leo's spine. A flood of unwelcome knowledge filled his mind, visions of a concrete riverbank and a cold, lonely end. His stomach clenched. With a sharp motion, he knocked the spiked glass from his friend's hand, sending it shattering against the brick wall. You think I need that garbage? Everyone get out. Now. Silence descended, heavy and immediate. The group of privileged trust fund kids exchanged bewildered glances, confusion plain on their faces. But Leo had a reputation for volatile whims. After a tense moment, they shuffled out, the heavy door clicking shut behind them. His legs gave way, dropping him onto the worn leather couch. His gaze drifted downward. Caleb was shirtless, bound, his skin marked with angry red lines from the harsh rope. The marks trailed down his abdomen, disappearing into the waistband of his dark jeans. The sight was disturbingly compelling. Even in anger, the boy had a fierce, untamed beauty that stirred something dark and restless in Leo's chest. He swallowed, forcing the impulse down. Survival trumped desire. After a steadying breath, he crouched before the prone figure. "Let's make a deal," he offered, forcing a conciliatory smile. "I untie you, you promise not to hit me when you get up." A black leather gag prevented any verbal reply, leaving only a low, furious growl rumbling in Caleb's throat. Leo pointedly looked away. "No answer means yes," he declared. In the low light, as he fumbled with the knot, a stark boot print stood out on Caleb's chest, Leo's own. A spike of panic shot through him. His first instinct was to erase the evidence. His fingers brushed the warm skin. Caleb flinched violently, his breath catching. The reaction was startling. Without thinking, Leo's hand came down in a light, testing slap. The tremor that ran through Caleb was unmistakable. The movement snapped Leo back to reality. The boot print was gone, replaced by the faint pink imprint of his palm. Meeting Caleb's murderous glare, Leo gave a weak smile, freed the last of the rope, and scrambled to his feet. He didn't make it far. A hand closed like a vice around his ankle, yanking him off balance. A solid punch landed in his gut, driving the air from his lungs. Before he could recover, another fist connected with his jaw, snapping his head back. Caleb hauled him up, gripping his chin with bruising force. Disgust was etched into every line of his face. "This is the last time I warn you, Leo. Stay out of my way. Next time, it won't just be a couple of bruises." He was discarded like trash, left crumpled on the floor as Caleb strode out without a backward glance. Pain radiated through his body. Lying there, Leo replayed that look of pure contempt. A cold smirk twisted his lips. Humble himself to avoid a bad ending? Never. Any awakening was just a tool. The rot in his bones was permanent, simply waiting for the right moment to bloom. He pushed himself up, leaning heavily on the wall as he stumbled into the corridor. He collided with a solid chest. The man was tall, impeccably dressed in a tailored black suit that emphasized a powerful build. His face was achingly familiar, just older, more refined. A plan, sharp and wicked, crystallized in Leo's mind. He hunched his shoulders, clutching the man's sleeve. "Please, sir, I need help." As feigned darkness claimed him, he allowed a cynical smile to touch his lips, his ear pressed to the man's steady heartbeat. "Fine, Caleb." If I can't be yours, I'll be part of your family. He woke in a penthouse suite, the morning light harsh through the floor-to-ceiling windows. Relief washed over him, finding himself still in his clothes from the night before. The aches had dulled. Someone had tended to him. A man stood on the balcony, phone to his ear. He finished the call and walked inside, his steps measured. Feeling better? Leo looked up. This was him, Caleb's older brother, Vincent. The resemblance was strong, but Vincent carried an additional inch of height, his presence more contained, more deliberately potent. The rolled sleeves of his black shirt revealed forearms corded with lean muscle. The whole effect was intensely compelling. Vincent checked his watch. Checkout is at 2. Rest as long as you need. He turned to leave. Leo's hand shot out, grasping his wrist. He pinched his own thigh hard, summoning a glimmer of tears. They made me drink. I refused, so they hurt me. My mother's medical bills. I'm desperate. Please, sir, anything you can do. He tilted his head, letting the open collar of his shirt fall to reveal the pale line of his throat and collarbone. Vincent paused, his gaze dropping, cool and assessing. Growing up, his delicate, androgynous features had been a source of torment. Now, he was grateful for them as Vincent's attention lingered. Trying to scam me? Vincent's tone was flat, neither mocking nor kind. Leo hesitated, then decided to escalate. I'll do anything, he whispered, his voice husky. He sat up, letting his hand drift toward the man's belt. Vincent watched, his expression unreadable. Just as Leo's fingers touched metal, a large hand closed over his wrist. Silverwood Gorge? What? Leo's confusion seemed genuine. A flicker of something. Annoyance? Passed behind Vincent's eyes before the mask of detachment returned. Nothing. I have to go. He unlocked his phone and handed it over. Put your number in. Leo carefully entered his digits. Seeing Caleb, saved at the top of the contacts list, a sly idea took root. In the name field, he typed, "Sweetheart." Vincent took the phone back without looking. "I'll be in touch," he said, and was gone. A week of silence followed, broken only by a terse call from an assistant requesting bank details. $30,000 appeared, a mere droplet in the ocean of Leo's trust fund. The waiting grated on him. "Is Mr. Vance very busy?" he asked. "The full moon. Mr. Vance will contact you then." "What?" "The 15th, the assistant clarified, hanging up. Leo shook his head. "The 15th. Just say the date." He felt marginally better having a deadline and called some acquaintances to shoot hoops at the university gym. The arena was roaring. On the court, Caleb, in a white jersey, sank a three-pointer with effortless grace. He lifted his shirt to wipe his face, revealing a taut stomach. The screams intensified. "So pretentious," muttered Chris, a hanger-on, from beside Leo. When Leo didn't react, Chris leaned in. "Caleb took a pass for the 15th. I've been watching him like you asked. He's never on campus that day. Weird, right?" Leo's brow furrowed. "The 15th again." "Forget it," he said. "Why? Got a new target?" Chris's voice was loud enough to carry. Caleb looked over from across the court. Leo met his gaze, a slow smile spreading. "Maybe. Broad shoulders, long legs. Remarkable stamina." He let his eyes trail over Caleb meaningfully. His friends laughed. Caleb's face flushed, his glare turning furious. An impulse to provoke took hold. Leo closed the distance, thumb brushing Caleb's burning earlobe. "You're blushing. Could it be you're developing a crush?" Caleb recoiled as if scalded. "Don't be disgusting. I'm not like that." The declaration hung in the air, drawing stares. Leo didn't care about the opinions of strangers, but that specific brand of revulsion in Caleb's eyes ignited a deep, familiar resentment. "You say that now," he thought bitterly. Caleb shoved past him, shoulder-checking him hard on the way out. Chris fumed. "You're just letting him walk away?" Leo watched the retreating figure, licking his lips. Let's see if you keep that look when you find me with Vincent. On the morning of the 15th, a trip to his family's estate turned sour. Passing his father's study, he heard raised voices, his father and his stepmother, Celia. With Leo looking like that, who knows if he can even have children? Leaving the company to him is madness. Our Jeremy is a real man. He'll carry on the line. Celia, enough. Why? It's the truth. Only something unnatural could produce a freak like... Leo kicked the door open. Celia's face went white. He strode forward, fist raised, stopping just short of her cheek. She shrieked, collapsing in a dramatic heap. He turned his fury on his father. She goes, or I do. And if you're waiting for an heir from me, prepare for disappointment. I prefer men. He left without waiting for a response. Vincent's call found him later, deep in a crowded downtown bar, several drinks in. I sent an address. When can you be here? Huh? You're at a bar. The voice on the line turned cold. Yeah, wanna join? Leo slurred. The line went dead. He shrugged, tossing the phone aside. The bass pulsed through the floor, lights strobing. He drained his glass, unbuttoned his shirt, and swayed into the dancing crowd. A strong arm encircled his waist, pulling him from the throng. Vincent stood rigid, his tailored suit starkly out of place. The settlement wasn't enough? You're dancing for tips now? Settlement? That was all a lie. The alcohol loosened his tongue. He fumbled for his phone, flashing the bank app. I'm loaded. My old man runs Vance Enterprises. His bravado faltered. Well, maybe not for long. The memory of the afternoon's confrontation crashed down. He was different, always had been. The doctors had used words like intersex. It had never defined him until today. Now the label freak echoed in his skull. A profound loneliness, stark and desperate, swamped him in the middle of the joyful chaos. He clung to Vincent's lapels, burying his face in the crisp cotton. I'm alone now, Vincent. Take me home? Vincent did, guiding the unsteady drunk to a sprawling modern house. Leo tumbled onto the vast bed, complaining of the heat, fingers fumbling with his belt. A cool hand closed over his. Stop. The air conditioning will kick in. The touch was a relief against his flushed skin. He stilled, then grasped Vincent's wrist. Do you hate me? His voice was thick, eyes shining with unshed tears. Vincent shook his head. Emboldened by misery and liquor, Leo guided Vincent's hand downward, exposing the secret he'd guarded for 2 decades. He watched Vincent's face, bracing for the disgust. It didn't come. Vincent sighed, a soft, almost sad sound. Cool fingers brushed Leo's cheek before lips pressed gently to his forehead. Leo turned his head away, overwhelmed. Vincent turned him back. The digital clock on the wall glowed midnight. Through the sheer curtains, a perfect full moon cast its silver light across the room. Pressed against Vincent's unnaturally cool body, Leo watched as the man's eyes, in the moonlight, shifted from deep brown to a luminous, crystalline blue. The world softened at the edges. The last thing he heard was a husky, satisfied whisper close to his ear. Found you. He dreamed of a childhood summer, lost during a camping trip in the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest. Terrified and exhausted, he'd curled into a hollow tree. He awoke to pressure and the sight of 2 sets of eyes gazing down at him, one blue as a glacier, the other a burning amber. Not one creature, but 2 intertwined. A cool, forked tongue brushed his cheek, a sharp pinch at his wrist. Then they were gone. When the search party found him, the only marks were 2 tiny, perfect red dots on his wrist. The shower was running. The room was dark. His body ached in a novel, deeply satisfying way. He'd slept for over 24 hours. He remembered enough. Vincent had been thorough. Pleasure had come from places he hadn't anticipated. Flushing, he hid under the duvet. The dream prompted him to look at his wrist. 2 small crimson moles were now encircled by an intricate tattoo of desert sage blossoms, the design making them look like natural parts of the flowers. He'd gotten the ink after his stepbrother, Jeremy, in his relentless imitation, had gotten fake moles tattooed in the same spot. It had been the final straw. A knock at the door. The shower was still going. As he moved to get up, the bedroom door burst open. "Vincent, I found the boy from the woods. How is he?" Caleb's excited voice died. He stared, stunned, at Leo lounging in the bed, the evidence of passion clear on his skin. Leo offered a lazy, triumphant smile. "Yes." Caleb's expression cycled through shock, denial, and a dawning, horrified understanding. "You and my brother? Call me sweetheart," Leo teased, enjoying the unraveling. The bathroom door opened. Vincent emerged, a towel around his hips, dark water slicking his hair. Red scratches marred his chest. "Brother, Caleb, this is Leo." Vincent's tone was casual, final. "Your sweetheart." It was the last straw. Caleb's composure shattered. His fists clenched, knuckles white, and to Leo's utter shock, his eyes filled. A single tear traced a path down his cheek. "Why didn't you tell me?" he choked out. "You know we can only ever have one." Vincent's calm mask slipped, revealing a flicker of guilt. The strange tension stretched. Caleb finally looked at Leo, his gaze complex, a mix of resignation and intense scrutiny. It was unnerving. Leo pulled the covers higher. Caleb gave a bitter laugh and stormed out. Vincent dressed and kissed Leo's forehead. "He needs time. Rest." Rest was impossible. Leo threw on a robe and crept downstairs. A third person was in the living room, Jeremy. From the stairs, Leo watched as Caleb grabbed Jeremy's right hand, thrusting it toward Vincent. "Look, the marks." Vincent studied it, then dismissed it with a single word. "Ink." Caleb froze, turning to Jeremy, whose face was ashen. Without a word, Jeremy fled. Back at school, Caleb's behavior transformed. He was no longer hostile. He became a constant, persistent shadow. Same cafeteria table, same lectures, even transferring into Leo's dorm room, taking the bunk opposite his. Something felt off. Lying in the dark, Leo felt watched, a primal awareness raising the hair on his nape. He finally slept, only to wake feeling a chill against his back, a damp warmth at his ear, and a deep voice murmuring in the dark. "Who needs a sweetheart? I need a wife." In the morning, his roommate pointed at his reflection. "Dude, your ear is so red." Leo touched the swollen, sensitive lobe. "Campus mosquitoes?" His gaze flew to the opposite bunk. Caleb met his eyes, his tongue slowly sweeping across his lower lip. Leo's breath hitched. The look was deliberate, provocative. Shaken, he fled to the pool, swimming laps until his muscles burned, trying to purge the confusing heat. A sharp cramp seized his calf. He sank, panic flooding his lungs. Then an arm hooked around his waist, hauling him gasping to the surface. "Are you trying to drown?" Caleb growled, his face pale with anger. Leo coughed, eyes watering. "None of your business." "No?" Caleb's voice dropped, dangerous. His hand, still low on Leo's waist, slid lower, a bold, possessive stroke over the curve of his backside. Leo slapped him, the crack echoing off the tiled walls. "What are you doing?" "I'm with Vincent." "So he hasn't told you everything yet?" Caleb mused, unfazed by the slap. Humiliated and bewildered, Leo scrambled out and ran. He went to Vincent's house, needing solid ground. The place was quiet. Upstairs, the master bath door was ajar, the sound of water running. He crept forward, intending a surprise, and froze. Vincent reclined in the freestanding tub, his upper torso human, powerfully built. But below the waterline, where legs should have been, was a coil of sleek, iridescent black scales. The world tilted. Leo stumbled back, but a powerful, sinuous tail whipped out, curling around his waist and pulling him into the warm water. "Running, sweetheart?" Vincent whispered, his eyes a captivating, impossible blue. Leo trembled, a fear older than reason taking hold. Vincent stilled, his expression growing somber. He buried his face in Leo's neck. "Do I frighten you? Am I a monster to you?" The word monster echoed his own pain. Leo's fear receded, replaced by a wave of fierce empathy. He cupped Vincent's face and kissed his forehead. "Never." Vincent's eyes lit up. He kissed Leo deeply, possessively. As they broke apart, Leo, dazed, mumbled a question. "I heard snakes have..." Vincent's low laugh vibrated against him. "You've already felt that for yourself." Understanding dawned, bringing a furious blush. The bathroom door crashed inward. Caleb stood there, eyes blazing. "Vincent, you selfish bastard. We're busy. Get out." Leo snapped, instinctively defensive. To his astonishment, Caleb's eyes welled up. "Sweetheart? He's my wife too." Leo's mind went blank. He looked helplessly at Vincent, who said nothing. "We're connected," Caleb said, swiping at angry tears. "One heart, one life, one mate. We marked you years ago in those woods." Leo looked at his wrist. The sage blossoms seemed to pulse. The world reshaped itself around this impossible truth. "You're saying, I belong to both of you?" "Yes," Caleb stated. Vincent gave a slow, confirming nod. Leo fled, his mind reeling. The quiet suburban street was empty. A figure stepped from the shadows, blocking his path. "Jeremy. You ruin everything," Jeremy spat, his eyes wild. "You freak. Why do you get the company? Why do you get him? I'll make sure you have nothing." He lunged, a glint of steel in his hand. Leo braced, but a body shoved him aside. Pained grunt. Caleb stood between them, a long, deep gash bleeding profusely down his forearm. Jeremy lay sprawled and unconscious a few feet away. At the emergency room, as a doctor stitched the wound, Leo called his father. After a long silence, the old man said, "Call the police. He's an adult." "Wife, it hurts," Caleb mumbled, nuzzling into Leo's neck in the waiting room. "Don't call me that here," Leo whispered, but his heart wasn't in the reprimand. Guilt and a strange, tender worry knotted his stomach. Vincent leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "He's on local anesthetic." Caleb didn't miss a beat. "Still hurts. Need my wife to make it better." From then on, Caleb shed all pretense. He was relentless, climbing into Leo's narrow dorm bed, later sprawling shamelessly between Leo and Vincent in the king-sized one at home. The sight was a potent temptation, but Leo held a fragile line. Until a night Vincent was away. A knock came on the bedroom door. Caleb's voice, playful and deep, filtered through. "Sweetheart, open up. It's your husband."